Hey everybody, welcome to the Hellfire channel, where we do lost wax castings and other castings out of things like tin bronze, like this rabbit here, which is coming up in the next video. And this is an older video that I did with spelter bronze, which is a zinc alloy, and it turned out really cool as well. This is on my old channel, on the Man's Cave channel. I'll leave a link for that. But getting into metal casting can be a little bit daunting. There's a lot of tools and things, foundries and kilns and a bunch of different tools you have to get your hands on to get into the lost wax process and to cast incredible pieces like these. But one thing you can do to get started in the lost wax metal casting process is things like this little pewter ram skull. This is going to be the project we do today. And this is a very low melt temperature. You can literally melt this on a little burner in just a pan from the thrift store. And the metal is pretty accessible. These are a few pieces here. This is a candlestick. And you know it's pewter because on the bottom of these things, it will say pewter on the little tag when you see them at the thrift store. So be aware that it'll say pewter. If it doesn't say pewter and it looks like a silver metal like this, here's another piece. It'll literally say pewter on there on the stamp from the manufacturer that made these some time ago. And you can see that they're pretty fair price. This is $2.50 on this one. I think I paid $4 for that one. Very heavy piece here. So you can pick up this metal fairly easy. It's really accessible. It melts at a low temperature. So yeah, let's jump right into the video, and I'm going to teach you how to make this really cool little pewter ram skull. So let's get started.
Our first step is to cast a wax positive. I'm using a brown microcrystalline wax. It's easy to work with and can even be sculpted by hand if needed. Once the wax is solid, I pull it from the mold. But for this project, I'm leaving it in one side of the mold. Next, I mix up some investment powder and brush on the first layer. It hardens pretty quickly, so I can build up several coats within a few hours. After I've gotten a good thickness, I remove the second side of the mold and repeat this process. I cleaned it up a little bit with a brush and some tools and got rid of the loose debris. Then I apply another coat, making sure that it gets into all the details. I keep layering it both sides until I get a really thick shell. Once it's had a couple of days to dry and most of the moisture is gone, it's time to burn out the wax. I heat it with a torch to initiate the process, melting out the wax slowly so I don't crack the mold. I'm then putting it in my foundry furnace and crank up the heat with a weed burner so I can finish burning out the wax. I'm using the foundry furnace today to show you guys that there's an alternate way of, if you don't have a kiln or some way of burning out the wax, this can be an alternate way of finishing out that burnout. So while that's heating up, I'm going to mill some pewter, and I did this with a cheap plug-in burner and a propane torch to speed things up. Once the mold's ready, I set it in a bed of sand to catch any leaks. And it's a good thing I did too, because the first pour leaked a lot. I melted a second batch and poured again, fingers crossed that it'd be enough to fill the mold. Now that it's cooled down, we can pull it from the sand and we can break it out of the mold. I used a water hose to clean off the investment powder. I then cut off the sprues using a sawzall. It's definitely a little bit of overkill, but hey, it worked and it was around. Then I used a Dremel to clean, grind, and polish this ram skull. One of the best parts about pewter is a natural gray finish, and it doesn't need much of anything else. Maybe just a little bit of paste wax or something to shine it up with. And there you have it, guys, an accessible way to get into metal casting and still create something incredible. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit that subscribe button. We've got new videos dropping every week, so stay tuned.